Okay friend, welcome to our YouTube channel. Now today we will learn CBSE class 9 chapter motion. So first of all, what is motion? A body is said to be in motion when its position change with time with respect to observer. So we can call a body is in motion when its position changing with respect to time and with respect to observer. And what is the opposite of motion? Opposite of motion is rest. So what is the definition of rest? A body is said to be at rest when its position does not change with respect to time and with respect to observer. So we can easily say a body is said to be at rest when its position does not change with time with respect to observer. An object can be rest and in motion simultaneously with respect to different observer. It is a tricky part. An object can be rest and in motion. Suppose two train. One train is stop and another train is running. So passenger of two train, both they are one passenger is rest and another passenger is in motion. But if the train goes to same direction with same speed, then respective of each passenger, all the passengers are in rest. Okay friend. Now type of motion. There are three types of motion. Rectilinear motion. Motion in a straight line, just like I have given one example. One car starting from initial point and going to final point. So rectilinear motion. The path is a straight line. Circular motion. Motion in circular path. Suppose a man moving a stone binding by a ribbon and moving its motion in circular path. Oscillatory to and fro path, just like pendulum. Its rest position is B and it's moved to B to A and B to C. So to and fro. Now, so clear friend, what is motion, what is rest and type of motion. Now we will learn what is scalar quantity and what is vector quantity. Scalar quantity, physical quantities which have only magnitude, i.e. only value, is called scalar quantity. Just like example mass. If we call if object mass is 5 kg, the value of mass is 5 kg, but it have no direction. If we tell power is 740 horsepower, so there is only value, no direction. What is vector quantity? Physical quantities which have magnitude as well as direction are called vector quantities. Just like velocity. Velocity, it's have value just like 70 meter per second. It's a value 70 and which direction? From initial to final. Force, which direction? It should be mentioned, otherwise force 70 psi doesn't meaning anything, right? So scalar quantity have only value, vector quantity have value as well as direction. Now there are some basic things, then we will discuss the formula and mathematical problem. So please keep patience and till watch the video till end. What is distance? The actual length of path covered by a moving body between its initial and final position is called the distance covered by the body. It has no sense of direction. Distance, the actual length from initial position to final position, is called distance. But what is displacement? Distance is a scalar quantity, but displacement, the shortest distance between the initial and final position of moving body, is called displacement of a body. and it's directed from initial to final position. Displacement can have a negative value in rectilinear motion. So if we goes to initial to final position, it is positive, and if we return back final to initial position, it is negative. So do you understand that what is the difference between scalar and vector quantity? Distance is a scalar quantity, only value matters. Displacement is a vector quantity, value as well as direction is matter. Odometer. Odometer is a measuring device. Odometer is a device installed in vehicle which measure the distance traveled by vehicle, not displacement travel. Distance traveled by a vehicle. Clear? Now, speed. Just like distance is related to speed, but displacement is related to velocity. What is speed? Speed of a body is distance traveled by body per unit time. So, what is the distance traveled per unit time? Speed is denoted by v. The distance traveled in an interval of time t is denoted by s. V equal to distance by time. Distance is denoted by s and time is t. So s by t. I will explain the unit, SI unit and CG unit later, and some mathematical tricks also. So first of all, learn the concept. Then we will concentrate on the mathematical problem, unit and formula. Average speed. What is average speed? The average speed of a body in a given time interval is defined as the total distance traveled divided by the time interval. So average speed is ratio between distance traveled by total time taken. Suppose, just like for an example, the distance between Delhi to Kolkata is 60 km. So one vehicle start from Delhi 9 am and reach Kolkata at 11 am. So total time taken is 2 hours and total distance 60 km. So average speed is total distance travel 60 by total time taken 30 km per hour. In vehicle, so just remember, odometer is measured the distance. In vehicle also another measuring device is used, speedometer. Speedometer measure instantaneous speed of the vehicle. It measures speed. Velocity. Now next topic is velocity. Velocity of a body is its displacement per unit time. Velocity equal to displacement by time, not distance by time, displacement by time. Since displacement is related to direction, velocity is also associated with direction. Average velocity of a body in a given time interval is defined as the displacement of body divided by time interval. Displacement of body divided by time interval. Instantaneous velocity. What is instantaneous velocity? Instantaneous means at a particular instant. What is the velocity at a particular instant? Instantaneous velocity of a body is the velocity of a body at an instant of time. Velocity equal to displacement by time travel. Acceleration. Acceleration, when a body continuously moving at a particular increasing speed, is called acceleration. Acceleration of a body is change in velocity of the body per unit time. Acceleration generally denoted by A. A for acceleration, change in velocity by time interval. Suppose there are two cars. There is car. It is initial position t equal to t1 and it is final position t equal to t2. And velocity at t is equal to t1, its initial value is u, and t is equal to t2, final velocity is v. So what is the change in velocity? V minus u, and time is total time is t. So acceleration A equal to v minus u by t. Acceleration is a vector quantity, so it have magnitude as well as direction. Negative acceleration is called retardation. Negative acceleration is called retardation. Same thing, velocity change, but velocity is decreasing, not increasing. If velocity is increasing with a particular time, it is acceleration. If velocity is decreasing with a particular time, it is retardation. Clear, friend? Now, we'll concentrate some mathematical tricks and unit. So you know there are three measuring method. One is the SI or MKS. MKS means M for meter, K for kilogram, and S for second. And its another name is SI. And CGS is C for centimeter, G for gram, S for second. So the unit of distance or displacement is SI unit is meter, speed is meter per second, acceleration is meter per second square, time is second. In CGS, displacement or distance is centimeter, speed is centimeter per second, speed is S by T, S is the centimeter and T is the time unit is second, acceleration is centimeter per second square, and time is second. Now, one important thing, you just remember this thing, it will be very helpful when you do the mathematical problem. 1 kilometer equal to 1000 meter equal to 1000 into 100 means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 to the power 5 centimeter. Clear, friend? Now 1 hour equal to 60 minutes, you all know. And how many seconds? 60 into 60, 3600 second. Convert kilometer per hour to meter per second. Kilometer per hour means 1 kilometer by 1 hour. 1 kilometer equal to 1000 meter by 1 hour equal to 3600 second, because in SI unit this is meter and this is second. Time unit is second and distance unit is meter. So after calculation we will get 5 by 18 meter per second. So if anything in problem given kilometer per hour, we can just multiply 5 by 18 to convert it meter per second. And in case of centimeter, just like centimeter is 1000 into 100 by 3600, 250 by 9 centimeter per second. So 1 meter per second equal to 3.6 kilometer per hour. 1 kilometer per hour, if anything given 1 kilometer per hour, we just multiply it 5 by 18 and it will convert to meter per second. Now we will enter to mathematical tricks. Tricks 1. Suppose ABC is a triangle, right? So slope is this theta. Slope theta equal to perpendicular distance AB and BC. AB by BC. Theta is equal to AB by BC. Tricks number 2. Suppose it is related to mensuration. You all know what is the formula of area formula of trapezium. Suppose ABCD is a trapezium where AB and CD are the parallel side, right? And BC is the perpendicular distance. So ABCD is a trapezium where AB and CD are parallel side, AB parallel CD, and height of trapezium is perpendicular distance of two parallel side. This is BC. Suppose it is H. So area of trapezium will half into sum of parallel side, means AB plus CD into height. Half into AB plus CD into BC. BC is the height. Tricks number 3. If it is a circle and its radius is R, then perimeter C equal to 2 pi R. Clear, friend? So this page give you a lot of things to solve the problem. Okay, friend? Now we will learn some concept of graph. I think I have explained in linear equation chapter what is the graph. Graph is nothing but this is x-axis, x o x dash, and this is y-axis, y o y dash. This side is positive, here x positive, y positive. This side x negative, y positive. This is quadrant 1, this is quadrant 2. This side x negative, also y negative, 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 quadrant 3, and here x positive, y negative, quadrant 4. So just like it start with 0, 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, here also plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4. So upper side is positive, lower side is negative in y-axis and x-axis. Right hand side is positive and left hand side is negative. So suppose we denote this is time axis and this is distance axis, distance time graph. Okay friend, just listen carefully. This is very interesting thing. Distance time. Suppose when time is 0, distance travel 3, time is 1, distance travel 3, time is 2 second, distance travel 3, time is 3 second, distance travel 3. So here we can see distance is same and time is increasing, so the body is static. If we get a straight line parallel to time axis, then the body is at rest or stationary. Suppose here when is 0, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 3. So it is a static. Parallel to x-axis, it is a static body. Okay. Now, next interesting thing. This is distance, this is time. For 0 time, distance 0, 1 time 1, 2 time 2, 3 second, travel 3, 4 second, travel 4. So if we plot 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, this is time axis, this is distance axis. We get a slope. Time graph, then the body moving with a constant speed. It is moving with a constant speed, increasing. Right friend? And variable velocity. It is a constant velocity. If velocity is vary, if sometime increasing then decreasing, then we will get a curved line. Clear friend? Now formula. V is equal to, first remember this formula. I will explain how you get this formula and what is the denotation of each and everything. V is equal to U plus AT. So first of all I am telling U means initial velocity, V means final velocity, A means acceleration, T means time, S means distance or displacement. So first formula is V is equal to U plus AT. V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. S is equal to UT plus half AT square. Average speed is equal to total distance traveled by total time taken. These are the 4 formula. All the problems you can solve by these 4 formula. All the problems, all the linear motion problem you can solve by these 4 formula. And one important trick, a body start from rest. Suppose a car starting from a rest position and it is moving. So starting from rest means its initial velocity U. Initial velocity U equal to 0. A body finally stop. That means final velocity is 0. Suppose a moving car stop at a point. So when it stop, its final velocity V equal to 0. So clear friend, this formula, and when a body starts from rest, then U is equal to 0. A body finally stops, that means V equal to 0. Now, this is very interesting and tricky things. Equation of motion. We have learned 3 equations of motion. One is V is equal to U plus AT. Second one is the V square is equal to U square plus twice Fs. And third one is the S is equal to UT plus half AT square. Please listen carefully. Yeah. Consider the motion of a body moving in a straight line. Consider a body is moving in a straight line. Suppose this is time axis, this is velocity axis, time velocity graph, right? With increasing velocity. So increasing velocity means this slope AB will be drawn. We have learned previously increasing velocity. There will be a slope. At initial t is equal to 0, velocity equal to u. At initial t equal to 0, velocity is u, this is the u, right friend, this is u, a, o, this distance, this is u. The body accelerates uniformly with an acceleration a, so acceleration is a. Let the velocity of the body v after t time. After t time, this is the t time, velocity, this is the velocity, velocity b means pb, this is v, right, pb is v and this one is u. So bm, this portion is total is v and this portion is u, so this portion is v minus u. Clear friend? Just remember, initial this is u, AO is u, so AO and MP are same, AO is u, then MP is u, and I am telling BP final velocity is v, so BM is equal to v minus u. Clear? Velocity time graph for body moving with a constant acceleration, we will get this line, right friend? Derivation of first equation of motion. Acceleration A. Acceleration A means this slope. ABM is a triangle and this is acceleration A. So this is BM by AM. BM by AM. This is BM. BM means this portion, V minus U, and AM means T. BM means BP total minus BM, just like V minus U. AM is T. AM, this portion is T. V minus U by T. Or you can say T is equal to V minus U by A. If we multiply AT, V minus U equal to AT, V is equal to U plus AT. So you got the first equation of motion, V is equal to U plus AT. Now we will derive second equation and third equation, right? Simultaneously. The displacement of a body in time t, suppose it is s. So how much in s time, how much it's travel? It's travel from these to these, now these. So total area of trapezium. Total area of trapezium means this total portion. We will learn this total portion. Clear friend? This total portion. A, O, A, B, P. This total portion. Right? This is a trapezium. If you remember this thing, OA, BP is a trapezium. So what is the area of trapezium? OA and BP is two parallel line. Half into OA plus BP, and this is the height of the trapezium, OP. So now you can see area of trapezium, half of OA plus half of OA plus BP. OA means U and BP means V. Half of U plus V, and this is the height. Height is T. So half of U plus V into T. Half of U plus V means, we learn V is equal to U plus AT. U plus AT. So U plus U, 2U plus AT into T. So S is equal to 2 cancel, UT plus half AT square. So we can derive the second formula. Now third formula. S is equal to half of, from this we can get this thing, also the trapezium. S is the whole area of trapezium. S equal to U plus V into T. U plus V into T. T means this thing. V minus U by A. So we just put V minus U by A. So A plus B into A minus B formula. V square minus U square by A. V square minus U square. Cross multiplication 2AS. V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. So we can derive the three formula, right friend? Now we will learn some of the mathematical problem. First, a train cover half of its journey with a speed of 30 meter per second and the other half with a speed of 40 meter per second. Calculate average speed. So formula of average speed is total distance travel by total time taken. Suppose train is travel from A to C. total distance is 2x, and B is the middle point. So A to B is x because B is the middle point, and B to C is also x. A to B it can travel 30 meter per second, and B to C travel 40 meter per second. So x distance travel by 30 meter per second. So time t equal to x by 30, and also x distance travel 40 meter per second. Time t1, it's t2, just like t1 equal to x by 30, t2 equal to x by 40. So average speed is equal to total distance travel. Total distance is 2x. So just put 2x, and total time t1 plus t2, t1 means x by 30, t2 means x by 40. Now we can do the LCM 30 and 40. Just remember everything 30 into 40. 30 into 40, just 120 is the LCM, right? So just do the fraction addition. 120 into 2x by 40x plus 4x plus 3x. 4x plus 3x. So 120 into 2x by 7x. 240 by 7. X cross 34.3 meter per second. Clear, friend? So average speed idea is clear. Now next problem. A bus accelerates uniformly from 80 km per hour to 36 km per hour in 10 seconds. Calculate acceleration. So initial velocity u equal to 18 km per hour, final velocity v equal to 36 km per hour, and time t equal to 10, right? Calculate acceleration. V given, u given, t given. So apply this formula. V is equal to u plus 80. But first of all, 18 km per hour, convert it 18 into 5 by 18. Remember this, I have already tell this thing. 18, 5 meter per second. 36 into 5 by 18, 10 meter per second. Kilometer, when you convert kilometer per hour to meter per second, just multiply 5 by 18, right? V is equal to u plus 80. A is equal to v minus u by t. V value is 10, u value is 5, t value is 10, 5 by 10, 0.5 meter per second. Now, next problem. A car is moving at a speed of 18 km per hour. It starts retarding uniformly at 1 meter per second square and comes to rest. Find the distance travel. So, there are so many information. Moving at a speed. U is initial velocity 18 km per hour. Comes to rest. Comes to rest means V is final velocity. It is 0. Retardation means negative acceleration. Minus A equal to 1 meter per second square. U equal to 18 km per hour. Just like convert to meter per second. 18 into 5 by 18. 5 meter per second. Now find S. Find the distance travel. S. V square is equal to u square plus 2as. V equal to 0 because finally it stop. U equal to 5. A equal to minus 1 in S. 2s equal to 25. S equal to 12.5 meter. Clear, friend? Just use the formula. V square is equal to u square plus 2as. Now next problem. A motorcycle starts from rest. One point. U equal to 0. Initial velocity is 0. And uniformly accelerate at 1 meter per second square. So acceleration is 1 meter per second square. Find the distance. S equal to question mark. Travel in third second. So travel in third second means it is the subtraction between third second and second, right? Just like this. Starts from rest, u equal to 0, a equal to 1 meter per second square. Distance travel equal to t equal to 2 seconds. T equal to 2, u value 0, 0 into t 0, half into a into t square, half into 1 into 4, 2 meter. Distance travel in t equal to 3 seconds. S equal to ut, u value 0, 0 into t, half into a into t square, half into 1 into 9, 4.5. Now third second means S3. This is S3 and this is S2. Just minus S3 minus S2. Distance traveled in third second. 4.5 minus 2, 2.5 meters. Okay, friend? Now, last concept. Uniform circular motion. Suppose a boy is moving with his finger a ribbon and a ball. Ball is binding with a ribbon and moving around their whole surface. So when a body moves in a circular path with constant speed, its motion is called uniform circular motion. And speed of body is given by v equal to 2 pi r, because it is moving in a circular path. The perimeter of circle is 2 pi r by t, where r is the radius of the circle which the body is moving, and t is the time taken by body in completing the circle. Clear, friend? T is the time, r is the radius, so velocity v equal to 2 pi r by t. Name is a tricky question. Name a motion in which an object does not change its speed, but its direction of motion change continuously. Simple, circular motion, because when you're moving a ball around you, then its velocity is fixed, but direction, not velocity. Velocity is a vector quantity. Term is speed. Only magnitude is value is there. So speed is not changing, but direction of motion is changes. Circular motion. Now a problem. A body moves on a circular path of radius 1 meter. It completes one circle in 2 seconds. Find speed. Very easy. R equal to 1 meter. Radius is 1 meter. So perimeter 2 pi r equal to 2 into 22 by 7 into 1. And t equal to 2 seconds. So v is equal to 2 pi r by t. 44 by 2 pi r value is 44 by 7 by 2. It is 22 by 7, 3.14 meter per second. Thank you, friend. Hope you have enjoyed the session. If you have any query, please let me know, and please write in the comment box. Please subscribe my channel. Thank you.